Well, the fourth annual Morgan Square Madness powered by Ingles Markets is here. So good to be with you at Fifth Third Park. I'm Cole Bryson, and I am still solo. Diesel still on vacation. He'll be back at some point next week, but so good to be with you on this Thursday. John Galloway back in the Ingles Market Studios. John, we got a really bad echo, if you will. See if you can take care of it. There you go. There we go. No more echo. Starting off a little strong there on the echo. But the main thing is fourth annual Morgan Square Madness powered by Ingles 2025 is here. So good to be with you. Tolos, appreciate you being a part of the show today. We are in Spartanburg at Fifth Third Park, joined right now on the show, batting leadoff, Lenny Mathis, Senior Associate AD for External Communications. Lenny, you good with the leadoff spot today?
I was more of a pitcher.
Were you?
Kind of a soft right-hander, which didn't leave you a whole lot of options down later in life. But, yeah.
Speaking of soft right-handers and not a lot of options, you following the wild card right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about three good series.
No
I mean,
doubt,
the Reds and Dodgers may have gone the way a lot of people thought it was going to, but I'm as a Braves fan, I'm glad the Reds made it. And, I mean, if there can't be good things for us, why can
absolutely?
Whatever.
I'm with you. I said Monday or Tuesday that the best, it sucks being a Braves fan not having your team there, but the best thing is the Mets collapsed as they always do. So that makes life a little better. And Snitker's no longer the manager.
I actually liked Brian Snitker. I this may be a bad take.
No, that's
but
okay.
I actually liked him, and I think 49 years in one organization. I think from what he did from top to bottom, I think the overall body of work I think Brian Snitker did for the Braves organization is pretty darn good. This year wasn't the best,
sure.
And you can blame the injuries or whatever you want to blame. They did start 0-7 out of the gate, and that was one of those that, as it turns out, was too hard to come back from.
Sure. So, no, you're right. It
hard
was
to think in a 162 game schedule, an 0-7 start might bury you, but I think it kind of did.
Doubt.
So.
I mean, that's well said. It's crazy to think that something like that could happen, but you're right. We're joined by Lenny Mathis, Senior Associate AD for External Operations, at USC Upstate. If you just tuned into the show, I'm Cole Bryson. So good to be with you. Fourth annual Morgan Square Madness powered by Ingles is here at Fifth Third Park. Lenny, let's start with that. We are not downtown like we typically are, man.
Well, we are downtown. We're just about, 2.5 blocks west.
My apologies.
No,
we're not in our normal spot.
No, we're not. No, and we took a look at the where things were headed here in the community last year. We struck up a relationship here with the Hub City Spartanburgers at Fifth Third Park.
Sure.
And this has been it's really cool. The downtown in Morgan Square was obviously a really cool venue. We did that for 3 years, and that was pretty neat, and had a big crowds and whatnot, and they had the opportunity to slide over here and set the court up right there behind third base, and
that's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat, and we got about 2,000 tickets out for tonight.
Wow!
So
2,000 already sold?
Well, it's a free event, so claimed.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so this entire half of the ballpark from section 111 all the way down, they won't use the berm, but all of this is claimed. So we're
awesome.
we're excited about I'm excited about the weather because last year that was certainly a whole different scenario. We were 3 weeks later, and
that's right,
and whatnot. But beautiful night. We're gonna have a lot of people here. Should be a lot of energy. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and
that's awesome.
And we'll play some semblance of basketball out there, but we're gonna have fun doing it.
I love it. I think the setup looks very, very unique. I've seen concerts in here this summer, and obviously baseball games. I love the venue. For those out there listening in the Upstate today, do you guys plan to keep it here?
Yeah, I mean, this is a year-to-year proposition for us always. Now, the one thing about at USC Upstate, this event kicks off our Family and Alumni Weekend. So, yes, this is the event that we talk about a good bit, but it's a 3-4 day event for us on campus. So we bring the fun back to campus for the next 3 days with volleyball events, soccer events. We've got a carnival on campus that I hear close to 1,000 people have signed up to come to that too. So as a unit, Family and Alumni Weekend at USC Upstate just kind of continues to grow. So we've evaluate the whole thing as a big weekend as opposed to one
Love it.
individualized thing. But certainly, if tonight goes well, I don't see why we can't talk about it again. Right?
Absolutely.
You always want to make sure it goes well.
That's right. That's right. Basketball season in Spartanburg officially begins the first Thursday in October. This year, the action, obviously, a new stage, high energy. You talked about 2,000 tickets already claimed, student seating, and that student seating is probably a big part of it for you guys wanting these students to be involved tonight, right?
Yeah, we've got our student athletes and, of course, our students. We've got a shuttle that'll be running from campus down here for students that don't have don't have a car and whatnot. We've got 2 entire sections over here that'll be predominantly what we're trying to do is just USC Upstate students to make sure they've got a place to go. That was one of the challenges in Morgan Square was obviously there's only so many seats you can put in there.
Right.
So we hope that this venue and the fact that, there's been an entire Hub City Spartanburger schedule, right?
Sure.
So everybody's gotten used to the park. Everybody loves the park. So people have an idea of they can visualize what we're trying to do in here.
Now,
until they see a basketball floor behind third
correct,
base, right?
which is weird to see at first, but it's pretty awesome at the same time. I mean, I don't know that I've ever thought about seeing a basketball floor on, what is it? Is it infield? Is it on the infield?
It's on the actual dirt. Most of it's on the dirt. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So it's 3:06 here on this Thursday. For somebody out there listening, Spartanburg, Greenville, whatever, want to bring their family tonight, still options to do so?
Yeah. So we would ask you to go ahead and reserve a ticket online. The Spartanburgers have been opening sections as needed.
Sure.
So we started out at 114 and now we're down to 111. So this is it's a general admission event. So while you scan your ticket, you're picking a seat, but when you come in, it's general admission except for 119 and 120, which is for students. And then so there's tickets available. You can go on, a free ticket. upstatespartans.com/madness. You'll see the link there. All the know before you go information for the event and all the different vendors we'll have out here. And there'll be a full line of concessions here and whatnot. There's a few parts of the park that won't be open. Like we're trying not to use the first base side or the pavilion over there or the berm, but by and large, they're going to make it look like a more or less a Spartanburg as far as from a concession fare, that sort of thing.
So that's the first part of it. And then the second part for somebody now interested, because you said free, right? What is there to do tonight? So when somebody brings their family, what can they expect?
Yeah, so obviously we have a lot of vendors out here. I mean, you guys didn't have a chance to meet you. That's really number one.
That would be number something, all right. Yeah.
We'll have
it might be the middle finger that
you're always number one in someone's book, right? So we've won 5 trophies here this year, so you can have a chance to take a picture with one of our Big South trophies in golf, soccer, men's golf, women's soccer, baseball, softball, and we won the Ingalls I-26 rivalry trophy against UNC Asheville. That's here as well. Our men's track and field team finished runner-up in the Big South last year, which is a really big deal for that program. So all those trophies are here. You can buy basketball tickets here. You can visit with our bookstore here. You can visit with the Army National Guard, folks at a number of other sponsors for this event. And not knowing whether they're sponsors of yours, I may not, I won't put that.
That's
through.
Fine. You're good.
But and then we have the giveaway for T-shirts. First 250 students can get a T-shirt. I'm pointing. This is really bad radio, but as you enter kind of on the left in the left field gate, and then fans can get theirs from the Ingalls tent over here on the right. So
it's a good point.
And then it's a totally scripted show, right? So it's we'll introduce the basketball teams. We have our new competition cheer, competition dance teams. We have a skills and drills kind of challenge. We've got a hot shot against some local celebrities and whatnot that'll take place. We'll have a local dance troupe that's going to go. We've got our own gospel choir from campus will sing the national anthem. We know an anthem before, but we're in a ballpark. Why not?
Why not, right?
So we've got a stomp and shake team from our campus is going to perform. I mentioned baseball and softball won championships last year, so we're going to do a little. We're at a baseball stadium, so why not do a little wiffle ball action? We're going to break that out and
love it.
So watch a couple of our basketball players see how they can hit wiffle balls. But again, it's an idea. The concept here is not to play a full court basketball game in a baseball venue. It is to get to know our team, get to know our university, get to know our student athletes. So the entire show is built around that. It's good, wholesome family fun. We got a DJ here, and it'll be a great time. And my partner in crime, Charlie Ann.
You get that? You want to do it on live on the air?
No, probably not.
That could be.
I don't think that's a great idea. I don't think that's a great idea. No.
Well, we know it's going to be a great night. So you mentioned the entrance, Fifth Third Park. When somebody walks in the gate, we're set up. I'm set up right to the right. As soon as you walk in, the entrance, and then you have one of 2 team stores.
So our USC Upstate bookstore is going to be up the way to the right, kind of where the grab and go station is, and then the Spartanburg's team store right here at the parking deck will be open. All the parking downtown for this event, it's like you would be going to downtown Spartanburg, is free. The parking deck here at the ballpark is free, which I think is key. That's why we're using this left field gate exclusively.
Yeah.
We don't want to. No, they're not opening the right field gate. It's just the left field gate.
And I was going to ask you, that's a big part of it for those that are listening that are interested. The parking garage again here at the stadium is free.
It's free. Yeah.
Okay, that's a big part.
And then if you want to park downtown and you eat downtown and walk over here, it's an easy walk. People have been doing it all summer long, so it'll be a great time. We're excited about it, and we've had a heck of a year at USC Upstate, and this is an opportunity for us not only to celebrate our basketball teams, but celebrate all of our athletic programs and our student athletes. So that's why I think it's as big as it is.
Last question for you. We see text almost every day of somebody new that moves into the Upstate, Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson, whatever, and they're new to the show.
Yep.
Somebody new that has not heard of USC Upstate. Can you give them a quick story on what USC Upstate is? Because I'm sure that somebody listening today has never heard of USC Upstate.
Yeah, you mean athletics or the university? Which one? So
Either one.
I think the one thing about being a regional public university that serves our entire area, the majority of our students are from South Carolina and really from the Upstate, and the majority of our alumni stay in the Upstate. It's a like 70% number, 65-70%. So I think the thing that resonates for me as being somebody who works here is, people talk about, being in the community. Like, we really want to give back to a community that we know our people are in.
Yeah.
And I think the access that we provide people that come to our games, we don't have the largest arena in Division I. In fact, we got the smallest one in Division I. We may not have, we may not have, the bells and whistles that our friends in Columbia or Clemson may have.
Sure.
But the access that you would get to come to one of our events and to bring your family out and have a good time, and no matter what sporting event it is with us, I think that's the thing that is really important to me. It's important to this event. It's important to Family and Alumni Weekend, and re-engaging and engaging with our alumni that are so vast across the Upstate. I think is a big deal for all of us, and that's one reason why I think this weekend continues to grow for us too.
Well, Lenny, we appreciate you and your team, and, man, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for letting us be here.
I appreciate it, Blake.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Lenny Mathis, you heard him right here on the Fan Upstate. He is the Senior Associate AD for External Communications. And, look, we're going to be slam-packed all show long. And I mean from the very open to the very close, with all kind of guests here on the Fan Upstate today. A loaded show live at Fifth Third Park in Spartanburg. Again, it's tonight. It's happening right now. It's the 4th annual Morgan Square Madness, brought to you by, who do you think? Ingles Markets. They do so much for the community, for us at Odyssey and the Fan Upstate. So we love Ingles. And Ruby, how about Ruby? Our friend Ruby from Ingles. You hear her a lot on the Fan Upstate. She's here. She's in her hot pink. Maybe we'll get to talk to Ruby Downs today of Ingles Markets. I'm here. As soon as you walk in the gate, to the right, as soon as you walk in, you'll see me to the right. And if you just heard Lenny Mathis talk about it, Tolos, if you are in the area and you're in Spartanburg, you're looking for something tonight to do with your family, what better option? It's free. Are you kidding me? You can't beat that. We're talking 4th annual Morgan Square Madness giveaways, National Guard tent, so many different activities going on. It's going to be a lot of fun here in Spartanburg tonight. Again, the main thing is it is free. And as Lenny said, the parking garage here at Fifth Third Park, I had several Tolos ask me that question yesterday. It's free as well tonight. So if you want to bring the family, a great option. You do need to reserve a ticket online. They can help you with that when you get here as well. You just have to reserve it, claim your ticket. It doesn't cost anything. But, man, love to see you here tonight. I'll be on location until 7 p.m. So before we get into sports, because this is a sports show, before we get into Chapel Fowler coming up in about 6 minutes on the show, is we have the state segment every single Thursday at 3:22. And we're going to be joined by Chapel. But before we get to Chapel, sorry, I was literally texting Chapel back about the interview. Before we get to that, though, I have a little bit of beef with some of you Tolos out there. I pulled up the text line, And man, I'm disappointed in some of you Tolos on the Hub City Spartanburgers text line. Within the past 4 hours, between the hours of 11 o'clock and like 2:30, we have gotten text on the Hub City Spartanburgers text line for upset picks. Bad news, Tolos. The upset picks challenge is only valid during show hours. I don't know how many times we have told you that, but it's only valid during show hours. And you have to send it in from 3 to 7 today, 3 to 7 tomorrow. It opens every Wednesday at 4. Then it's open all show Thursday, all show Friday. So I want to emphasize, during show hours for the upset picks challenge at 844-326-3663. We have had a few come in during the day, and again, they're not going to count. Sorry, we have to have rules in place, Tolo. So if you have not done so already, make sure you get your upset pick in. The upset pick challenge rolls on. Yesterday, man, we had a big day. We had 61 total upset picks. There's Ruby Downs of Ingalls Markets. Hey, Ruby. How are you? Are we going to get to talk to Ruby on the Fan Upstate today? She's walking over. This is great live radio, by the way. I couldn't let you walk by and not say hello. Are we going to get to talk to Ruby later on today? Yes. Well, whenever you're free, come by later. We'd love to talk to you. Right. Ingalls Markets. Ruby's here. If you're coming out, Tolo, she's in her hot pink Ingalls shirt. Could a man pull off that hot pink Ingalls shirt? Sure. Do y'all have that in the men's sizes? I love it. It is October. It is certainly October. I would love to have one. I'm not too cool to wear pink.
I will talk to Jeff.
Let's do it. Ruby Downs, Ingalls Markets. Big shout out to Ingalls. Ingalls is sponsoring Morgan Square Madness, 4th annual Morgan Square Madness this year at Fifth Third Park in Spartanburg. But we just had a couple upset picks come in. Again, 844-326-3663. The upset picks challenge is live right now. If you are new to the show, your first time listening, very simple. The upset picks challenge, it's a season-long challenge where you are looking for an underdog this weekend in college football to outright win the game. Once you do that, you send in your name, the game, and the spread to 844-326-3663. Boomer Bill says, give me Wake Forest plus 6.5 over Virginia Tech. For example, if that game hits, if Wake Forest wins, Boomer Bill will be awarded 6.5 points into his season-long tally. Now, I want to be very clear, Tolos out there, if you're new to the show. The way Boomer Bill just sent his in is a perfect illustration of how it should be done. A perfect illustration. It says Boomer Bill, Wake Forest plus 6.5 over Virginia Tech. Boomer Bill's the name, Wake Forest plus 6.5, the game and the spread over Virginia Tech. 844-326-3663. We'll run to a break. On the other side, joined by Chapel Fowler. Every Thursday at this time, we talk State's segment. Chapel Fowler of the State newspaper. He'll talk Clemson football with us and you next.
Strap in. We're going full.
You ready for the live read?
Rip it, baby. Yeah.
You're going wire to wire with Diesel and Cole Bryson on the Fan Upstate.
Hey, Tolos, I want you to join me in the action tonight on Prize Picks. What am I talking about? Today's Thursday. We have Thursday night football, 49ers-Rams. I know Brock Purdy is out tonight, but Prize Picks is the best way for you sports fans to play along all season long. If you have not done so already, download Prize Picks on your phone, on your mobile device. It's free, and I haven't even told you the best part yet. Once you download Prize Picks, you will be asked to enter a promo code. And once you enter promo code COLE, C-O-L-E, you will receive $50 in your account after your first $5 lineup. I mean, you can't beat that deal, right? You give 50, we give you, you give 5, we give you 50. It's that simple. Again, Prize Picks, the best place to follow along on the sports action. Very simple. Once you download the app and enter the promo code, you build a lineup in less than 60 seconds. It doesn't take long at all. You're looking at player projections. You simply choose more or less on player projections. Start tonight with the 49ers and the Rams. Again, after you enter promo code COLE, COLE, will give you $50 in your Prize Picks account after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks must be present in certain states. For more information, visit prizepicks.com.
Clear.
Perfect. All right, so look, let's look at this break real quick. This is how they all look from now on. So
Yeah.
can you take a PSA, if you type in PSA,
Yeah.
and put it on top of like Saturday Scramble promo,
Right.
just any random one. So insert PSA. Let's build this thing.
60
Yep,
seconds.
perfect.
Yep.
All right, now add in a Rob Brown on top of the Saturday Scramble, and we'll be good. So that's kind of how we'll manage these breaks every time, okay?
Right. Just add two minutes of
Yeah.
elements.
Just beef it up a little bit. So add Rob on top of Scramble promo.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up, streamers? Sorry, I forgot to hit be right back. time to talk a little Clemson football in the States segment right here on the Fan Upstate every single Thursday at this time. We're joined by Chapel Fowler or Jordan Kay, and it's time to talk to Chapel Fowler of the State newspaper. Chapel, how are you, man?
I'm good, Cole. How are you? I see you're on a little road trip.
I am on a road trip. Listen.
A little neutral site showing. Hopefully you can get a good strength of schedule win.
I am on location. We were having some phone issues. We were also moving some equipment around here during the commercial break. So it's one of those days, if you know what I mean. But Chapel, as always, love having you on, man. Let's talk a little Clemson football. Bye week last week. What was the biggest point of emphasis in your mind from the bye week?
In terms of what Clemson focused on?
Yep.
I mean, from what Dabo's told us, kind of a return to the basic stuff, which is not something I thought I'd be saying 4 weeks into the season for a alleged national title contender. But those were his words, you know. He said over and over on Tuesday, this has been a coaching failure. We need to get the basic stuff down. We need to do the small things right in order to do the big things right. So I think a lot of like simple technique stuff, reminding guys the basics of what they do and why they do it, and execution. You know, I think some of it was probably building up a little confidence also for some of these guys that Dabo has, in as many words and sometimes directly told us, have kind of struggled with this start and have felt the negativity that comes whenever you start 1-3, and it's probably deserved. So I think a combination of basic stuff and building up confidence. You know, when you're 1-3, I guess there's not much else to focus on besides those two things.
Chapel Fowler, the State newspaper, joining us right here on the Fan Upstate. I'm live in Spartanburg at Fifth Third Park for Morgan Square Madness, 4th annual Morgan Square Madness. Reminder, Tolos, continue to get your upset picks in at 844-326-3663. What was your biggest takeaway, Chapel, from Tuesday's presser? I had a little bit of an issue, and maybe I'm just my brain's too small to comprehend how the record of your football team program can be 1-3, yet your program's in maybe the best spot it's ever been. That was my biggest takeaway. What was your biggest takeaway from what Dabo said on Tuesday?
Yeah, I see some validity to that argument from you. I mean, it's kind of tough to hear. It didn't make total sense to me to hear that this has been a total coaching failure, but we're going to keep doing things the exact same way. Now, some of that might be gamesmanship. You know, I don't think Dabo's going to come out and, you know, roll out the red carpet and tell the media the exact dramatic tweaks that he's made in order to get the most out of this team for the rest of the year. But he told us, at least, you know, publicly when we asked him, you know, I don't plan on making any mid-year staff changes at this point. I don't plan on shuffling any coaching duties or assignment among my current staff. We're not going to change how we practice. We feel good about our process. So it's kind of like a message of grit and sticking it through and riding it out and thinking that's gonna break through and kind of win out at the end. And again, that's to be determined. They've got 8 games ahead of them. And there's a lot to be accomplished this season on a smaller level, even with a 1-3 start. But yeah, I see what you're saying there, and I kind of was thinking the same thing. You know, I think the team specifically, the issues are there, but you can't at least, you know, feel a little concerned about the direction of your program, because like you said, the record year to year, fair or unfair, that's kind of going to be the current reflection of where you're at. So I think that's a good point by you.
Yeah, you know, I compared it on Tuesday, Chapel, to like a Thanksgiving dinner, right? Like, we all go to Thanksgiving dinner. We really, really love Thanksgiving. We're really going to be involved with the turkey and the dressing, especially if the turkey and the dressing is juicy, not the dry turkey, right? But then, like, you'll visit the other tables. You'll visit the backside of the counter where the other little deviled eggs and stuff like that are. But the priority is the meat, right? The turkey and the dressing. In a football program, same thing, man. The priority is winning and losing. Clemson fans have no problem with Dabo's fate, his principles, none of that. But the bottom line is, Chapel, my point that I've been trying to make is, if you're not winning, fans don't care about that other stuff. And right now you're not winning. You're 1-3. The meat and potatoes are the only thing that fans care about. That's still winning. I see it very contradictory to say your program's in the best spot it's ever been in, But you're 1-3. Dabo said football stuff a lot on Tuesday in that presser. What does that mean, Chappell? What does football stuff mean?
I think it was an intentional attempt by him to kind of separate what you were just laying out and what he sees as the issue. You know, I think it was a combination of football stuff. This is what we need to fix, combined with kind of a more subtle, not as viral as his rant 2 weeks ago pre-Syracuse about I'll go coach somewhere else, but kind of like a more subtle. He's essentially telling us, hey, in my mind, like our program's in a good spot still. He's kind of defending that implicitly. I think the two run together more. I'm with you. I think, I don't know, but Clemson's done a really awesome job with their graduation rate and fall journey and player development and all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of young dudes that have really been tangibly impacted and will tell you as much by being in that program. But I agree with you that when the record is 1-3, fair or unfair, fans don't really want to hear about that, and that kind of falls to the wayside because the meat and potatoes, like you said, is in wins and losses. So, but when I hear football stuff, I think that was him kind of challenging his coaching staff this week in a way that he's challenged players and guys like Cade Klubnik in past weeks. I think that was kind of, turning the finger on himself and his staff in terms of y'all need to get better now. I've challenged the players. I feel good about our talent. Now it's on, you to bring up your end of the equation and really make this work. So it was a coaching challenge, but I think it was like an implicit argument. He was separating the football stuff from the program stuff. And I think that was really intentional by Dabo.
We're joined by Chappell Fowler of the State newspaper every Thursday at this time, the State's segment right here on the Fan Upstate. We talk to Chappell Fowler as well as Jordan Kay. Chappell, when you go back to Dabo, you talk to the guy a lot. You're in the meeting rooms. You're in the pressers when it comes to what he says with the media. Let me ask you this. He has been very clear multiple times that he does not listen to the outside noise, right? He doesn't have social media. He kind of keeps to, himself, his inner circle. Do you think that's come back to bite him in a way that he really almost now seems tone deaf in the sense of, being able to go up to a press conference and say the type of things that he said and there not really be, I don't want to say repercussions, but any backlash just because of the simple fact that, like he said, he doesn't hear any of the criticism?
Yeah, I mean, I think he himself maybe isn't intentionally seeking that stuff out. But I think it's crazy to think that a football coach isn't at least generally aware of kind of the narrative surrounding their program. Like maybe Dabo isn't scrolling Twitter, but I feel pretty confident in saying he knows week to week kind of what the tone is in the media coverage of his team. Maybe that's, a report he gets or just stuff he hears from other people. But, he can be in the dark on that stuff, but the people around him are not. I feel pretty comfortable in saying that. So I think he's a smart guy and everything he says has a purpose. And I think you've seen in some of these Tuesday pressers, like he's almost taken a really deliberate, direct tone where there's like one overall theme of the presser. And, 2 weeks ago, however many weeks ago with Syracuse, before the Syracuse game, it was our program's in a great spot. We're 1-2, don't count us out. Post game after Syracuse, it was kind of like stunned and showing some emotion. And he had ticked off the fan base leading into that Syracuse game saying, hey, if you weren't with us when we're 1-2, you weren't all in the first place. And then post-game Syracuse, he's thanking the fans for showing out and apologizing to them. This week was kind of challenging the coaches. I think there's kind of been like deliberate tones to each of these pressers. And, I think, again, if he's not listening to the outside noise, he's still aware of it. And I think he's kind of, trying to find different buttons to push, whether that's fiery Dabo or reflective Dabo, or in this case, direct, point the finger at me, reflective, take accountability Dabo with him and the coaching staff with that coaching failure note that we heard so many times on Tuesday. So I think he's kind of going through his own leadership process and trying to figure out the best way to tackle this, because 1-3 is uncharted waters for him and the program since 2004.
Chappell, when he says coaching failure, do you feel like he's pointing the finger internally at anyone directly? I mean, a couple of weeks ago when he went on that rant, there was speculation that he used that to kind of motivate his team before that Syracuse game, that, they've been here before. This was not uncharted waters, kind of to your point. Do you feel like now he's using his media message to kind of point back at the coaches and get them a little fired up, uncomfortable maybe?
I think so. And I'll credit, this is Larry Williams' reporting, not mine, but Larry Williams on Tiger Illustrated reported, I want to say about a week and a half ago, that Dabo had threatened to make changes to his offensive staff leading into the Syracuse game. He told coaches that, he was not against a major shakeup. What that would look like, I'm not sure. But internally, the reports are that he's been putting that pressure on guys. I think what we saw on Tuesday is about as far as he's willing to go in a public media capacity of kind of putting the pressure on guys. He's not one to sit up there and call out assistant coaches by name and just like drag them through the mud for like minutes and minutes on end. I think he's very selective in what he publicly says with criticism. But I think there's nothing you can see from Tuesday besides that. To me, that is pressure on coaches. That's like, hey, the finger is on y'all now. The onus is on y'all to get this better. Because I do think over the last 2 weeks, he probably sat down and watched a lot of film and reflected and came to the conclusion that that's what needs to get better. And I don't know. I mean, some of it's on the players. I think there's been some drops and bad moments. But a lot of this is on the coaches too. So I think fans for the most part seem to appreciate that accountability and at least saw it as a step in the right direction of getting things fixed.
Chappell, I think the biggest question Clemson fans have after hearing this is, okay, might be coaches, okay, might be players, or are we just stuck with, the old saying, at this point in the season, you are who you are. In your mind, is this team capable of a monstrous turnaround and railing off, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row?
I think they're closer to being are what they are than that, but I think they could fall somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's crazy to think this team could finish like a 7-5 or 8-4 or something like that. I don't think they're going to run the table. I think 8 would be a pretty big accomplishment for where they're at right now. Probably something like 7, unless they come out just looking amazing over the next few weeks. It feels a little bit more realistic. 6 or 7. This UNC game has sneakily become big for their bowl game chances. If we see the same type of team we've seen over these first 4 weeks on Saturday in Chapel Hill, you kind of need to think about each game from that perspective. Like, hey, okay, you can beat Furman at home. That's your FCS cupcake. But these other games against power conference teams, you're 0-3 against power conference teams. So how does that look? I think they're probably between running the table and just going into complete chaos. And I think there's a lot of guys on the roster that want to see this through, want to send out seniors the right way, don't want to be labeled as the worst team in Dabo's Clemson era or the team that failed to meet the expectations the most. I think there's some internal motivation to avoid that. But we've heard talk of a desperate team for a long time now this season. It just hasn't shown up yet. So until it does, I kind of waver in that, are you going to run the table? Are you going to be miserable this year and only win however many games? It's probably somewhere in between. But they have an opportunity to kind of shift that momentum on Saturday.
Chappell Fowler, the state newspaper. Before we let you run, Chappell, you talk about what Clemson can make of the rest of the season. North Carolina, the objective on Saturday. North Carolina's down bad. I mean, we look, Bill Belichick and Dabo Swinney, those two storylines at ACC kickoff were maybe the sexiest, most glorious, upcoming stories of college football, and both have kind of fallen on their face. Is Clemson fans' expectations? I mean, I don't want to call for like an App State 2024 type of win on Saturday, but do you think after the bye week now, Clemson fans should expect for this thing to look like the Clemson of old on Saturday?
I think that's a totally fair expectation from fans, just given the opponent. Like, I think the talent discrepancy between these two rosters is pretty noticeable. UNC does not really have a lot of dudes. Clemson has the dudes, but they're not exactly playing like dudes or being put in the perfect position to be playing like dudes. But it's probably better to be in that position than to have no dudes at all. So, I think a game like 2024 App State or something even like 60% of the way there would ease a lot of concerns, would get them some momentum back, would get a lot of fans maybe not excited, but just relieved. And I think just relief in a get-right game is what Clemson really needs right now. And, I mean, more than that, just a win. No matter how ugly it is, I think that this is such a big spot for that. You come off the bye. Clemson has been kind of okay coming off buys, not great before and after buys. They kind of have a weird record in the last few years. I can think of a few losses coming out of a bye week over the last few years that have been kind of puzzling. Like Louisville last year, I think was right after a bye. So
Yeah.
who knows? But I think this is a really good opportunity. It's right there for the taking. This is not a great UNC team, so they definitely need to seize it for this week and for the rest of the season too.
Chappell, you're the best, man. As always, appreciate the heck out of you, man.
Thank you so much for having me, Cole. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely, Chappell Fowler. You heard him right here on the Fan Upstate. We continue the conversation, joined by Luke Feisel on the other side. I am live in Spartanburg, Fifth Third Park for the 4th annual. You don't want to miss this tonight. Morgan Square Madness. We'll continue the conversation next. Me right. Fifth Third Park is the location this year in 2025. You heard Lenny Mathis talk about it earlier in the show. If you and your family in the upstate are looking for something to do tonight in Spartanburg, no better option than Morgan Square Madness. Joined now by Luke Feisel, assistant GM at Fifth Third Park and of the Hub City Spartanburgers. Luke, how are you, man?
Man, great. Didn't know we'd have a basketball hoop on here in October, knowing a year ago, but this is awesome.
I didn't know it either. And you know what? It is awesome. Look, this event last year, obviously downtown, more right there at Morgan Square, right there where the road's blocked off. But talk about, man, how this came together. This was already a great event, but with a new stadium, the season's complete. What a season you guys had, but it kind of seems like a perfect match.
Yeah, this is one of those things that when they talk about Fifth Third Park and all it entails, it's more than just baseball. This is truly bringing another sport onto the field. We had a bunch of our staff go to Morgan Square Madness last year and have some relationships that we were building with USC Upstate, and then had some follow-up meetings. And really, about December of this past year, it started to become real that this was a true possibility.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Tonight should be a lot of fun. How much of the Spartanburgers theme, staff, normal Spartanburger stuff can somebody expect tonight? Even though it's a USC Upstate event, any burger-related stuff?
I think there'll be some sprinklings.
Okay.
There'll be some toppings.
I like that. I like that.
There'll be some baseball flavor, some Spartanburgers flavor, but really at the end of the day, this is to celebrate USC Upstate and the basketball programs. And really their whole athletic department's doing tremendous work right now.
It really is, man. You talk about USC Upstate. Lenny talked about the student athletes coming out tonight. Over 2,000 tickets already claimed tonight. And again, if you just tuned into the show, Spartanburg, Greenville, or Anderson, and looking for something to do tonight in Spartanburg downtown, it's the 4th annual Morgan Square Madness at Fifth Third Park. Free tickets. Look, man, you guys, have you had a chance to come up for air yet? Season's over?
Yeah, I think we had a little break, and then you get to October, and it's a lot of events going on like this. And all these events, it's the first time we're doing something like this. So it's a lot of time, and really it comes from the communication with our partners, so USC Upstate, and we want to make this the best Morgan Square Madness it can be. So there's a lot of steps to get to that point.
How awesome is it to have a partner like Ingles as well involved, who's been a big partner of you guys as well in the first season?
Oh, they've been tremendous. They are so community oriented. And really have helped us. I see Ruby Downs over there walking this way.
Ruby, I've already asked her. Ruby, so we're live at Ingles every other Wednesday, and I've already asked Ruby if she's going to do a on-air hit with us. She says she will. She's the best. Ingles is the absolute best as well. We love Ruby and the team. We're joined right now by Luke Feisel, assistant GM. We're here at Fifth Third Park. Luke is the assistant GM of the Hub City Spartanburgers. Let me ask you this. First season now in the books. What did you see in the first season that maybe surprised you in a sense that you didn't see that coming necessarily?
Ooh. There's too many little examples. I would say what I would say it surprised me. What I was expecting, but I was pleasantly surprised to see it is the amount of energy from game 1 to game 66 and then into the playoffs. It just didn't wane the whole season. There was a buzz all the way from April 1st when Wofford and USC Upstate played here until the championship game, which unfortunately we lost. But that was a great environment throughout the season, and we learned a lot of how to operate and continue to do things that it'll feel like a new experience next year.
But hey, you made it to the championship first season. I mean, like, I know picture perfect world, you want to draw it up that way, but for you guys, did that feel a little surreal at times?
It did. Well, we didn't clinch until the Sunday of the last Sunday of the regular season, so there wasn't a whole lot of time to prepare. Great games. Those 2 playoff game atmospheres on Tuesday nights were spectacular. And the fans really showed out and showed that they're behind this as an entertainment vehicle. They're also behind this from a competition side.
You mentioned events. This event happening tonight, Morgan Square Madness at Fifth Third Park. Do you guys have other events like this planned throughout the off season?
Yeah. We're none with basketball goals, but we got plenty of other events. I mean, you fast forward a week and we got a signature Chef's Talks to March of Dimes fundraiser here. You fast forward to later in October, we have some companies doing ballpark takeovers, so we can come take batting practice on the field and do a food and beverage throughout the evening. Wednesday, October 29th, we have Truck or Treat, which are trick or treats presented by Ingles, and we'll welcome families to come through and trick or treat throughout the concourse.
That'll be cool. So that one, that Halloween event, free to the public?
Free. It's
That's
free.
Awesome.
We've been blessed to have a lot of partners that have come on board that have allowed us to make low to easy access for these events. And you talk about tonight, there's no barriers to entry. You can
Yeah.
come here and have a great time.
Let me ask you this. Families coming tonight. I've already had a few texts on the Hub City Spartanburgers text line about it, wanting to bring the families tonight. Food and beverage tonight, will that be available for purchase, or how will
Yes,
that work?
that'll be available for purchase, and we'll have our traditional ballpark fare.
Oh, yeah.
So burgers and dogs and
Yeah.
tons of ice cream and popcorn, what
Yeah.
the kids want. We'll also have some cold beverages, adult beverages available for purchase, and it'll feel like a really cool college atmosphere tonight.
The only thing that matters is, will you have the deep fried pizza tonight?
I can't confirm nor deny that. You're going to have to come and check it out yourself.
That's the only thing I care about.
That stuff is good.
It's so good. It's my favorite. I know it's burgers. You gotta, I told everybody every time I came, it was all about the deep fried pizza.
That stuff is good.
It really was. We're joined by Luke Feisel. One more question for you, or two more, real quick, before we let you run. When you talk about community involvement, obviously you have a lot of great sponsors and partners like Ingles Markets. But what's something that Hub City plans to do, not only this year, but as years go on, to kind of give back to the community, to welcome the community that you guys are in back into their ballpark?
Yeah, I mean, one thing, and it came up in a conversation today, is we will have plenty of alternate identities, and then that comes with jerseys and auction sales. And we've had 4 different jersey auction sales this year where we were able to kick back over $10,000 into the community to different initiatives.
How about that?
And that's just a small thing, but it's also raising awareness. Next year is 100 years of Duncan Park, and so we can raise some awareness for Duncan Park, and they have some initiatives going on. So it really doesn't limit us to the bounds of this ballpark to what kind of community initiatives we can raise.
Let me ask you this 2-part question. What was the most popular jersey combo this season? What was your most popular jersey combo?
Do you want our traditional sets, or do you want the special
Any of them. Any of them. What do you think the fans like the most? And then what did you like the most?
Well, truly, anything with Arturo Diesel's name on it whether it was SpongeBob
that was
jersey.
crazy.
He was a fan favorite.
Yeah. Every time he came up to the plate, it was like,
I love the lettuce green.
Yeah.
I think the lettuce green pops. I think it's different and unique. And when you put that lettuce green hat on top of the jersey set, it's cool.
I love it, man. Appreciate you, Luke, and appreciate Fifth Third Park and the Burgers for allowing us to be here tonight for this awesome event. And we'll continue the conversation on the other side. Charlene, I believe, joining us. Yes, that's right. Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving, joining us on the other side. This is Wire to Wire on the Fan Upstate.
2 seconds. Mike is hot.
From the fields to the courts and the gridiron to the tracks,
Electrifying sports talk from start to finish
you're going wire to wire
with Diesel and Cole Bryson.
on the Fan Upstate.
Well, how about it, Tolos? We are live in Spartanburg. It is the 4th annual Morgan Square Madness, except we're not on Morgan Square. We are at Fifth Third Park. That's right. If you want to see a basketball court on a baseball field, come bring the family tonight to Spartanburg. It's a free event, and I'm here until 7 o'clock. We were here last year. We love USC Upstate, Fifth Third Park, the Burgers, Ingalls, all the partners, as we are joined right now by Charlene Nelson, the Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving. Charlene, how are you?
Doing well. It's Charlie Ann. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm done.
No
What-
call.
segment
it's okay.
over. Segment
it's
over.
okay. It's okay.
Segment
Yeah.
over. I'm fine. Charlie Ann, why did I not know that?
It's okay. It's okay. I have one of those names. I can be anything you want.
What did
me
I
to
say,
be.
Charlene?
Charlene. Yeah, I get that a lot. I get Charlie Anna. I get it all.
That is so funny, but,
But
bad. I
the people
apologize.
who love me the most call me Chuck. So
Chuck?
there you go.
Charlie Ann. I mean, it literally is spelled out that way. I don't know why I mispronounced it there. Charlie Ann Nelson. Did I say Nelson right?
No.
Say it. Say it.
Nestlin.
Nestlin. Well, let's start this interview over. Welcome into Wire to Wire. I'm Cole Bryson. Charlie Ann Nestlin.
Uh-huh,
Did we
there
get it
you
right
go.
that time?
You're up to speed now.
We get it right. Why do you have to have such a complicated name? I mean,
You know, I married a German. I don't know what to tell you.
Charlie, and we appreciate you joining us on the Fan Upstate this afternoon, and thanks for letting us be here. A fantastic event that you guys put on each and every year, and a little bit of a new twist this year. What are your thoughts? We're at a baseball park, and we've got a basketball court in the infield.
Very Savannah Bananas of us,
That's
right?
true,
Hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just pure madness. That's all it is. Madness is what it is.
I
We
love
are we have moved a couple of blocks up the street here to Fifth Third Park. The hurricane that was supposed to come and ruin our week took a hard turn right,
That's right.
and we have beautiful weather, and I don't see a cloud in the sky. I mean, it's pretty clear
Nope,
out there.
it
So
looks awesome, doesn't it?
it's a perfect day for basketball in the baseball stadium.
It really is. Charlie Ann Nestlin joining us on the Fan Upstate. Now that I have pronounced her name correctly after I incorrectly pronounced it 3 times, as she joins us right here on the Fan Upstate. Talk about your role. I know we talked to you for a long time last year, but your role with Upstate.
Yeah, so I am the director of alumni relations and annual giving, and a lot of people may wonder why in the world am I doing something like this. You know, a lot of my role lives in other duties as assigned.
Yeah.
And so
As they all do, right?
Right. And so this is just a great way to engage with our community. This is far beyond just our alums and our students, but with the overall community. This is a free event. Our sponsors like Ingalls make this happen so that we can invite the entire community out to have a great night at the brand new baseball stadium. So if you haven't had a chance to get in here for free, you can do that tonight. Also, we have the parking garage is free as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my role with this is I have strong community partnerships and it's fun to make these type of events happen. And when I think about alumni, I think about anyone who's engaged with USC Upstate or the Spartanburg community. And we'd like to get out here and build partnerships, build relationships, build fans, friends, all of those great things. It helps with the success of the university.
Charlie, and when you talk about an event like this, obviously students will be here tonight, parents of students, you'll have people in community hearing about it, you know, on the radio, looking for something to do on a Thursday night, bringing their family. But I'm sure in your role as director of alumni relations and annual giving, a lot of these people right now might not be giving to USC Upstate, but could be one day. So I'm sure it's good for you to be able to meet as many people as possible at a night like this, right?
That's right. Well, and it's not just about getting someone to give to the university. Okay, we're building friends. We want our community businesses to hire our students, to provide internships for them. We want them to come out and buy tickets to the basketball games and support our teams. You know, I think that a lot of fans here in the Upstate for their teams that they have been supporting haven't been having very good Saturdays here recently. But here
You
in
had to go there.
Upstate, every Saturday we have won every single one of our soccer matches and our track meets, all the things that we have been doing. So we win at Upstate. So the bookstore will be here tonight if you want to come out and jump on this bandwagon and get you some green Upstate
need some.
gear.
Yeah.
We're the NCAA Division One sports, and we play all the big teams. Our women are opening at Clemson in just a few
Wow,
weeks.
that's awesome.
And yeah, and so they'll open there. We have our home opening here at the Hodge Center that following Thursday, but they will open at Clemson, and you know what, we might just beat them. You just never know. So
You never know.
so
Especially if Davo's coaching them right now.
Oh,
Sorry, did I say that?
I
Sorry.
didn't say
Next topic,
anything.
Charlie. I am ashamed to admit to you that I am Upstate gear less, so I will be checking out that as well. What else?
Well, you might could get a free shirt because you're one of the first 250 people here
That's
tonight.
true.
The first 250
That's a good
people here
point.
tonight are going to get a new, one of our new Spirit Mark
Get a new
t-shirts.
logo.
Well, it's a Spirit Mark. Our logo's still the U, but our Spirit Mark. So before, if anyone remembers, it was very Michigan State-ish, just reversed.
Gotcha.
So now we are creating a very solid identity here for USC Upstate, and we have a really, really cool logo, our Spirit Mark, if you would. So we're excited about getting that out into our community. So first 250 people can get a shirt
I love
for
that.
free.
So am I supposed to call that Spirit Mark?
That's a Spirit Mark.
Spirit
Yeah, that's
Mark,
right.
not
Spirit
a
Mark.
logo.
That's right. Our logo
You're
is still our
training me
U.
today.
I'm telling you know what? That's,
What would I do without
I'm
you?
here. That's what I'm here for. Protect the brand.
I'm
right?
telling you. Already
Protect the brand.
mispronounced your name, calling it a logo. It's not a logo. It's a Spirit Mark, like a birthmark, but it's a Spirit Mark.
That's right. That's right. Ingrained into you.
Let's
yes.
talk about the new Spirit Mark. It's grown on me.
Uh-huh.
It has. I like it. You're wearing, for those watching the stream on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, they can see that new Spirit Mark that you're wearing. I love it. I mean, I think at first I was kind of like, but I think it's growing on me now.
Yeah, it's got the Spartan head. There's a whole story behind it.
Is there?
If you go on our website, you can see that. It's got the Spirit, the Spartan head downward facing because he's charging forward,
Oh,
right?
gotcha.
We're charging forward,
yeah,
okay, at
yeah.
Upstate. We're moving up and we're going forward. And it incorporates, it's got a little ear here to kind of symbolize that little Upstate South
Mhm.
Carolina, little crescent moon there.
Love it.
And the overall shape of it is kind of the shape of South Carolina too. So there's a lot of symbolism behind it. So we're really excited about it. Upstate is growing. We are enrollments up. We're winning in sports. We won 4 Big South Conference championships
That's
last
awesome.
year. You can
How
come out
about
here
that?
and touch a trophy. All kinds of great things happen at Upstate.
Charlie and Neslin joining us on the Fan Upstate. We are live. If you just tuned into the show, maybe you got off work early on this Thursday. Morgan Square Madness happening tonight, 4th annual, normally downtown on Morgan Square. However, this year a new twist at Fifth Third Park. Your thoughts, Upstate's thoughts. I know you can't speak for the entire university in sports, but to have a venue now like this in the backyard, I mean, how cool has this been?
Well, we've always had a great partnership with all of our facilities in the Upstate.
Yeah.
The Greenville Drive and
Sure.
Floor Field. We have several of our matchups there, and I always enjoy our partnership with them. To have this here in Spartanburg is super convenient, and we're excited to build this relationship here with Fifth Third Park and the Spartanburgers. If you didn't know, USC Upstate opened this park.
That's right. Against Wofford. I was
That's
here.
exactly right.
Yeah.
We opened the park. That was a really big deal
Huge
for
crowd.
Upstate and Wofford sold out game, if I'm not mistaken. And tonight we have sold out the tickets we kept allotting for this twice now.
Wow.
So it's going to be a full house. It's not going to be a full ballpark, but most of the seats
crowd,
in the
though.
lower half is going to be pretty full. It's going to be a great time. The concourse concessions are going to be open. All kinds of folks are out here. It's just like a baseball day experience, except instead of baseball, you're going to be watching basketball. Which, from what I hear from football fans, they're ready. They're ready.
Yeah, I
it's
would be
time to
too.
move on.
I would
time
be
to
too.
move on.
Yep. Go ahead and call it a season, right?
Uh-huh.
Charlie Ann, let me ask you this. From a community standpoint tonight, a lot of the people listening right now, Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson, might be interested in bringing the family out tonight with nothing to do, look, it's free. You mentioned that. Parking in the parking garage next to where we are is also free. That's a big plus. What can people expect? I mean, if they have 3 or 4 kids, what can people expect from this event tonight?
Okay, so yeah, so you're going to come in. You're going to be greeted probably by the award-winning gospel choir because you know
Wow.
we win here upstate.
We
A
win?
Dove,
I
a
love
Dove
it.
award-winning gospel choir is going to be doing a pop-up concert out. As you come in, the concourse is full. We got the National Guard out here. You need to get out some stress. You can come punch, do the punching machine,
I
and
love that.
see how hard you can punch. There's Ingles is going to be out here. We're giving away free shirts for the first 250 people. The playground here, which is so cool, like a silo. Spartanburg theme by Spartanburg Medical Center will be open for the kiddos. The basketball court, obviously down on the ground on the field, is going to be bringing the magic. We got Jay Do, who's the MC tonight, and we have DJ Posey, who's going to be DJing for us. It's a full production, okay?
That's awesome.
Script, a full
Yeah,
scripted
yeah,
production,
yeah.
okay? This is just not just coming out here and shooting some hoops. This is a full production. We're going to have concessions are going to be open. All kinds of great things. Sparty's going to be out
Oh,
here.
yeah, good.
And I hear that the Spartanburgers mascot's going to be out here too, Chip. So he's
Okay.
going to be out here. Might be a little competition dance off maybe
Wow.
with Sparty and Chip. Who knows? But we'll have a lot of fun out here. There's no reason not to come
I
out.
love it. I love it. And last year you roped the media into a very embarrassing knockout challenge.
Yeah.
That was not something we were proud of.
Well, Megan
thanks.
Heidelberg has owned our celebrity challenge. We
Yeah.
have Jeremy Clements, the
Yeah.
NASCAR Xfinity driver, is going to be out here. He's bringing his speed out there.
His what? His what?
His speed, the
not
speed.
speedo. Speed.
Speed.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And so just all kinds of fun things happening out there. We got some city council members out there. All kinds of things are going to happen out here tonight. Lots of fun.
Yeah, let me ask you this from a collegiate standpoint. There are many colleges in the upstate, especially right here in Spartanburg, but across the upstate, we're littered with colleges and universities. Oh, is it extra special to be able to have a night like this when it feels like, and I don't want to say something incorrect here, but it feels like you guys are the only one doing something to this magnitude, right?
You know, we like to say that there's a lot of colleges and universities and in this area that have a lot of walls up around them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
USC Upstate, the entire mission of USC Upstate has been to respond to the workforce needs of our community, starting out as a nursing college.
Okay.
So you know it is our mission to go out into our community and provide the needs of our community. And you know what? Entertainment's a great need of our community as well. So we're responding to the needs of our community. We're
That's
getting
awesome.
out there. Yes, there's a lot of colleges and universities. We are the only outdoor basketball tip-off event in the entire state of South Carolina. That's a great, huge thing to be proud of.
Do you know where that idea came from?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Me and my friend Chris Taylor, who is our Vice Chancellor of External Affairs, was talking to me, telling me how they did this great event similar to this in Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know what would it take to do something like that. So 4 years ago, this is our 4th year. So 4 years ago, BMW Pro-Am was going on, and there was a Marshall Tucker band was performing on Church Street.
That's right.
And us and the mayor and some community leaders were sitting in Delaney's, and we thought, how crazy would it be if we put a basketball court in the middle of Morgan Square?
Sure.
Like, let's make that be that thing, you
Yeah.
know? And everybody said, let's go with it. You know, the Johnson Group jumped on board, Morgan Square Hospitality, obviously Ingles, Bojangles and Rigsby's. Like, we
That's
just
awesome.
had a ton. Spartan Waste has been there from the beginning. I mean, we just had so many community partners that made this happen, and that's where the birth of it came, just walking across campus having a conversation. But you know that USC Upstate, the theme that year was reimagine, and we were reimagining everything
Sure.
at Upstate, and that was one of them, and it just keeps getting bigger and better. Last year, if you remember, we had to pivot. It was supposed to be the week after Helene
That's
hit.
right.
We had to
yeah.
reschedule 2 weeks later. Didn't stop the crowd from
Oh.
coming out whatsoever. So we just hope it just keeps getting bigger and better.
Last-
And then maybe who knows? One day we might get ourselves a convocation center. And
Why not?
who knows?
Why not? Let's go ahead and do it. Well, I have last question for you. You kind of led me into it. For those listening, curious. I mean, is it a year-to-year thing in terms of where you have it in years going forward?
Yeah, so it is. We have established this as first Thursday in October.
Sure.
Hopefully, the schedules work out for that and the weather as well.
No more
But yeah,
hurricanes. Yeah.
but that is the plan, and it does. We hope to keep it as a yearly event, as long as everyone keeps supporting us, and especially if our basketball teams get to the point where they're winning Big South conferences
Yeah.
and things like that. And we're here at the baseball stadium this year, and we hope to continue those relationships to moving forward. So there's no telling.
But in terms of where it'll be next year.
Yeah,
Ex-
we have not.
okay.
I would imagine we would stay here. I
Yeah.
don't see any reason why
Sure.
we wouldn't.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're getting through tonight.
No, I'm with you. Yeah,
before,
yeah.
before we start thinking about for next year. But yeah, we're real excited about it.
Now, brass tacks. Let's get down to it. The real
Uh-huh.
stuff that matters.
Yeah.
From Spartanburg, I got to ask you, Spartanburg.
Do it.
What are we doing with the clock tower? I
Yeah.
mean, that's a mess right now. Why
You
are we taking
know,
that down?
Here's the deal. That is very sentimental to us,
Yeah.
and we have it in our logo for this event. And it's very important and things like that. But I think that it shows how much our community cares and how ingrained they are to the things in our community. And I hope that they can come to a mutual decision that makes everyone happy. Who knows? It might. You know what? We don't have it upstate. We don't have a clock tower. Who knows?
Move it over there.
Maybe we just need to pop it up on the back of a truck and move it to USC Upstate's
Now,
campus. That's my idea.
One more controversy that you have to settle. We've had this conversation, this debate argument on the show before. USC Upstate, is it in Spartanburg or is it in Boiling Springs?
Technically it's in Valley Falls.
There you go. You're right. And Valley Falls isn't even like a
a place.
it's-
Well, it used to be a little mill town, a little
Okay,
mill village. It used to be
okay.
a little mill village.
Yeah.
So I live in the big town of Fingerville.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't dismiss these little small towns.
That's right.
But yeah, we started out in a peach orchard out there. It was in the middle of a peach orchard, and so we've grown and grown and grown. And yes, we're just outside the city limits.
Love it.
So, but we're in the county. Yeah.
Love it. And are you going to get in on the National Guard punching bag?
Oh, I've already told him if I do, I'll break the glass
Yeah,
behind
that's
it.
true.
I mean, I'm just
We
saying.
should have printed out my face, and you
No,
could have put it
no,
on there. That way, for me
no,
mispronouncing your name,
no.
I mean, come on, are you kidding me? That'd be great content.
Oh,
Be great content.
Colt, you're too much of a nice guy. I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. You're the first person to say that, by the way.
Oh,
Charlie Ann Neslin, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys for allowing us to be here as well. What an awesome event, and we look forward to it every single year.
thank you so much. I've had a great time.
We
Thank
will
you.
continue the conversation. Madison Robinson.
Mike is hot.
Now at 844 fan phone.
This is Wired to Wire with Diesel and Cole Bryson on the Fan Upstate.
It is the 4th annual Morgan Square Madness, and this year a little bit new of a twist. We are live at Fifth Third Park in Spartanburg, home of the Hub City Spartanburgers. As we continue the conversation, almost have a banner fall on us over here.
Great start.
You gotta stay alert in these kind of situations with the wind rolling in. But we're joined right now, continuing the excitement for tonight's event, by two students here at USC Upstate, Madison Robinson and Madison Robinson Miller. Is that right?
Yes.
I apologize.
It's
and
okay.
Emma Hudson, both students. And Madison, president?
Yes, I'm the student body president at USC Upstate. I'm a senior criminal justice major.
I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. And Emma, you are the vice president. Is that right?
Yes, student body vice president. I'm an exercise science major, senior at Upstate. I also do a lot of work on the athletic side of things.
So, look, when you talk about an event like this, you guys are heavily involved with your university. What is your involvement? Both of you, you can both answer this. What's your involvement in an event like this tonight?
I think the biggest thing is getting students to come out. You know, a lot of first year students may not know what all of this is about, but it's our 4th year doing it. So a lot of momentum has been built up from it. So being able to help be that voice for the students, being like, hey, come out. This is a great time, great way to connect. And then for me personally, on the athletic side of things, it's nice having the community come out, see all the hard work that goes into something like this, and just having a great time.
And then Madison?
Yeah, I think it's just about the support, making sure students are here. They know that the community is here for them, that we host events like this for everyone to come out, for their families to join. Just make sure they feel at home. I know it's a lot of students from around the world just coming here at one time. So I think it's great. I'm super excited. Like she said, this is our 4th year. This is our first year here. So I'm super excited to see how packed that will be.
Madison, we'll start with you on this one. What is it like being involved with the university on the side of student body president? I mean, I'm sure in that role you have a lot of responsibilities, but I'm sure that role has also taught you a lot, just in terms of what you can do with that knowledge and experience after you graduate, right?
Yes, I think this role, it definitely teaches me a lot about life itself, about myself, about, leadership roles, how to deal with students, how to deal with faculty members. I think that's an amazing opportunity. I think the biggest thing for me is just consistency,
Sure.
making sure I stay consistent, making sure I check in with everyone, make sure, things are just flowing, making sure I'm hearing students, what they need, how faculty members can help. So it's a lot, but I enjoy it. I love it. I love the leadership role. I love being able to be there for the students and listen to them and actually execute what they need at our university.
And then Emma, for you on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the biggest thing is being able to be a voice and to be somebody that students can, and faculty and staff, but mostly students can trust in you and can, help rely on you if they have a question or concern, and being able to spread positivity and show what the Upstate community is all about.
We're joined right here on the Fan Upstate by Madison Robinson Miller as well as Emma Hudson, both students at USC Upstate. I was asking Charlie Ann earlier and want to hear y'all's thoughts on this as well. You talk about the Upstate having so many universities and colleges. For USC Upstate to be the only one really doing something like this tonight here at Fifth Third Park with Morgan Square Madness, does that kind of, in y'all's mind, make it something you guys are proud of as students?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, I think, we live by the slogan reaching greater heights, and I think Upstate kind of separates himself from everybody else by doing that. It's a Division I institution with a lot of great sports teams, a lot of great student organizations, a lot of great people at the end of the day. So being able to represent that, not only just with our campus, but our Spartanburg-wide community and into the rest of the Upstate as well, is amazing.
Madison, what has been your favorite part? You're a senior, you both seniors, both Madison and Emma. Your favorite part about USC Upstate that you maybe didn't expect for you to fall in love with, maybe a little surprised in your 4 years at USC Upstate? What have you enjoyed the most?
Well, I'm actually a transfer student. I transferred last year to USC Upstate.
Okay.
So this is my first time in South Carolina.
apologize.
No, it's okay. But what I do love about Upstate is the support, the
Yeah.
village that I was kind of thrown into when I first got here. Events like this kind of make,
Sure.
life worth living for,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because you see outside of school, you also see our faculty members and staff and deans and chancellors come out and actually want to support and like Emma said, it is a D1 university, but I think people don't understand how hard it is to be disciplined and consistent as a D1 athlete, but most importantly, a student athlete. So I think all of that is just amazing and very important to the university.
And
So
where'd you transfer from, Madison?
Bowie State, it's a HBC in Maryland.
No way.
The first HBCU.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
How about it? What went into your decision to transfer to Upstate?
So I'm always looking for more. I'm always looking to spread my wings a little bit more. And I guess, God is so good. He placed me here at Upstate, and I've been very grateful for the opportunities and the experiences that I've had, people that I've met, to put me in these places and to keep going. So, yeah.
Emma, same thing for you in terms of transfer or no?
No, I've been here. Upstate is the only college I looked at in high school.
Is it really?
I'm from Greenville, yes.
Okay. Where'd you go to high school?
Riverside High School
Okay,
here
yeah.
in Greer.
Yeah.
So Upstate's the only place I looked at, the only place I applied. I toured this place and I loved it. And so I've tried to make the impact that this university has had on me. I've tried to spread that to other people.
Yeah. What would you say to someone listening in the Upstate, Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson today, hearing you guys talk? What would you say in terms of not only an event like this tonight, but what makes Upstate special? I'm sure they have, children listening or at home as well that, one day are going to be deciding on a college like you guys did.
So what a lot of, well, if you do know, if you don't know, Upstate is the nursing college. So we're very known for our nursing program. But what I love about Upstate is when you go to Upstate, not to say anything towards our nursing majors, but it's just so much, and people kind of forget that this is a nursing university. So I love the fact that they can just come in and they see how we just had a new library extension. We had our ribbon cutting this morning, and that just opens up a lot of great opportunities for students. So I really do feel like that's just very important, and that's why people, when they walk into Upstate, they kind of just get a feel for everything. It's just not centered towards what department or what somebody may hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a lot of different great things going on at USC Upstate. So I love that. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think too, with Upstate is the amount of opportunities you can have that you didn't even realize were a thing. If there's something that you're passionate about, you're hardly going to hear the answer no.
Wow.
So, never in a million years did I think that I would be able to, help put on a great event like this or get to work all of these different sports. I didn't even know that was a possibility until I came to Upstate, and people trusted in me and helped me develop and learn what I wanted to do for a career. So God has really, shined his eyes on this university, and he's doing a great job. And Upstate is, it's such a hidden gem that a lot of people need to start learning about.
What are the activities tonight, Madison and Emma, that you both feel like you could dominate? Basketball, you have the punching bag right here.
Yeah, I think I started with the punching bag, and I'm going to leave it at the punching bag. Yes, yes.
I was doing a home run derby down there. I had the T-ball bat, and I was hitting the home run derby. So I think.
How'd you do?
I think I did all right.
Yeah.
I played 1 year softball in 4th grade, so I think I held my own.
You still have the mechanics, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a golfer now, but it transitioned. Okay.
Yeah, Emma's if it's anything athletic, anything sports related, I'm going to throw her out there for sure.
I like it. We had, when this park opened, they let all of the media come do a tour before it opened, and we went underneath, and in the batting cages we were able to hit, and it was a rude awakening.
It's humbling.
That's a good way to put it. It is humbling for sure. To this event tonight, for somebody listening that might want to come out, bring their kids tonight, it is free. What would you guys say for those listening in the Upstate, just to come by and see what's going on here at Fifth Third Park tonight?
Yeah, there's a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
Whether you're the sports fan or you want to interact with different people, or you're just looking to see kind of what the college life is all about.
Sure.
There's a little bit of everything for everybody. So definitely come out. It's a great event, great people. You get to see what goes into, you get to see these people reap the rewards of all of their hard work. And it's a great family time.
Now, this is a sports show, so I got to know from both Madison Robinson Miller and Emma Hudson, what are your do you have sports teams?
I do. I am a Washington Commanders fan.
That hurts.
I have to go with my beloved Commanders. Not gonna lie.
I like it. I'm a Cowboys fan, so that hurts a little bit. So.
I am a diehard Atlanta Braves fan.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Went to the World Series in 21.
No
went to
way.
All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
Best times of my life. NFL, unfortunately, I'm a Chicago Bears fan.
Oh yeah, that is unfortunate.
We've won 2 games in a row, so that's a start.
Step, yeah.
Baby steps, right? But the Braves are my number one in life.
So since you're a diehard Atlanta Braves fan, new manager coming
Travis
in.
Darno. That's all. I want Travis Darno
as the manager.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that one.
If it's Freddie Gonzalez, I'm gonna be so mad.
No, I don't think of that. I don't think so.
No, it's either Travis Darno. I want him to see bring Jesse Chavez in, kind of on a senior role.
Oh my goodness.
And
You're
then
really
I'm locked
calling
in,
your
man.
shot here. Aren't you?
Yeah, I've been saying it for a long time. Travis,
Wow.
that is my dude.
That's a dark horse.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's your dude. Sounds like
He is my dude.
She knows him personally.
I was-
You would think.
I was gonna say
I've met him a few times. He's a great guy.
I'm like a big fan.
Is he coming out tonight? Yeah.
I think he's a little busy.
Yeah, you might want to text him and see.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate both of you for stopping by, and best of luck to you. Real quick before we let you go, post-college plans.
Yes. So I take my OSAT in November to get into law school.
Now, Madison, there's sports fans listening that some of them didn't go to college. You gotta explain this OSAT.
It's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so the OSAT is just a test that you have to take in order to get into law school. You have to pass. So the score ranges from 120 to 180, 150, 160 being kind of the minimum. I'm trying to go for 150, not trying to set myself short, but it is challenging. If I do pass, hopefully, I do want to go to North Carolina Central Law School.
Oh wow!
And yeah, hopefully,
What
just
inspired you to be in law, practice law?
a lot of different things. So I was a neuropsychology major at first, and I just enjoyed learning about the brain, learning about people's body language, why they think the way they think.
Sure.
And then I was kind of like, there's a lot of people that need lawyers. There's a lot of people that don't understand law a lot. And I know it's kind of hard when you do get into that field, but I do feel like it's very beneficial to just have, a lot of women step up and try to take control and help out any way that they can. That's something that just means a lot to me. And I just love helping people.
Yeah.
I love making sure that someone is granted their full chance at life,
I love it.
because you only get one time
You
to
do.
live this life.
You really do.
If I can play a hand, I can help out, then 1,000 times yes.
That's awesome. And then for you, Emma,
My answer's not as good as hers.
as we're deafened by the
that might
train
be a good thing. I applied to grad school at USC Columbia for sport management.
Okay.
I'd love to stay in the upstate. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
I'm really close with my family.
Yeah.
So I'd love to work locally, whether that's coming back to upstate or working for another one of our sports teams doing the sport management marketing side of things.
Sure.
Because sports is something everybody can relate to, no matter what background they come from.
All right, I lied to you. One more quick question. One more. Both of you have lived in Spartanburg-ish now for longer than Madison. Favorite restaurant in Spartanburg?
I don't know if it's really a restaurant, but I'm
What is that?
I mean, it's like I'm a big Sully Steamers fan,
Okay.
and I know they just opened one up probably a little over a year ago. That's my
Right
go-to.
down the road?
Yep.
Okay. Madison, you got to pick one.
I'm gonna go with okay. I don't
tough
know the
question?
name of it. It's a pizza shop downtown Spartanburg.
Pizza?
Yes.
Downtown.
I don't know what it's called.
Venus Pie?
Venus Pie, yes.
That's a
Venus
good
Pie.
answer.
And I'm from Chicago, so I feel like Chicago has the best food, best
Yeah.
pizza, best
The
anything.
slices are
best
huge,
anything,
right?
yes. But I went to Venus Pie and I had the biggest slice of pizza, and I
Huge.
was like, okay, I
Yeah.
like it. I'll take it
That's
for
good.
Spartanburg. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to both
Thank
of you.
you.
And
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
your time.
Thanks for having
Thank
us. Yes,
you.
sir.
Have
Absolutely.
a good one.
Good to see both of you. Ruby Downs also from Ingalls Markets. I don't know. Can I talk Ruby Downs into joining us on the Fan Upstate? I mean, Ruby, I hadn't talked to you in so long. Let's keep it going, Ruby. She's been distant from us, and I don't know why. I get upset when I don't see Ruby in a long time, and I have to call Ingalls corporate office just if I want to talk to Ruby and get put on a 9-minute hold and speak to some lady in the front office. I'm kidding. How are you?
I'm here for you.
Ruby
Yes.
Downs of Ingalls Market. So good to see you as always. Don't let that guy right there. Don't let that guy close. You might mess something up. Corey.
No, Corey's here.
Corey's here. He's the best, I
Yes.
guess, right? Even though he left us, and now he's rocking and rolling with you guys at Ingalls. Ruby Downs, you've heard her on the Fan Upstate before, and Ruby joins me right here. Fifth Third Park, 4th annual Morgan Square Madness. How cool is this
Right.
event,
This
Ruby?
is awesome. We went last year. I went for the first time last year.
Yep.
And hung out with you. It
That's
was
right.
a great time. I messed up on the Simon Says though.
Did you not do well in Simon Says?
I did not, but I'm gonna give it another shot this
Are you
year.
not good at following directions, Ruby? Is that what it is? Is that the root of the issue
I
here?
like to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not the follower. I'm the instructor.
I like it. I like it.
Yes.
Ingalls being involved with so many different things, but an event like this where it's truly groundbreaking, a basketball court tonight on a
I
baseball
know
field.
how awesome.
I mean, that's
You
cool,
can
right?
fit more people in.
I mean, they said there's 2,000 tickets already
Yes,
claimed.
that's incredible.
Yeah. What does it
Awesome.
mean to be able to? I mean, as much as you guys do, you do everything. You look everywhere, and
Right.
there's Ingles, but to continue to lead the way in new things like this, I'm sure that's going to be something you're proud of, right?
It's very heartwarming. I mean, how awesome is it to work for a company that is able to do things with different colleges and to be here tonight
Sure.
to be able to help with the shirts and help hand out different items and, get to meet new people. I mean,
It's
it's
awesome.
incredible. It's a great feeling.
Get to see Ruby Downs. I mean,
Yes, you get
what
to
do we
see
do?
me. I'll give out free hugs.
Yeah, yeah. Ruby Downs of Ingles Markets joining us tonight on the Fan Upstate. This is a cool event, and we change audience in radio like every 10, 15 minutes. We get a new audience, somebody going home from work or whatever it is.
Mhm.
What excites you the most about what you've seen prepared tonight?
Oh my goodness, I love basketball.
Yeah,
I just
you
I
are,
just love basketball. I'm at a lot of the games, but like we have our National Guard here. They have, what is that? Punching
Punching
time?
bag?
Yeah.
A
I'm like-
punching, I don't know, it's not a bag. It's a,
It's
what do you call that, Corey?
what is that? It's a punching something.
Punching machine.
A punching machine.
So I asked Charlie Ann, I should have done this for you as well. I should have
Mhm.
printed out a picture of me.
Oh my
Let
goodness.
me put it on there and
No,
let you really
no,
go
no,
at
no,
it.
no. I have other people.
Okay. You already printed Ruby's pulling them out of her book bag over here. Who's that guy that you're putting on there?
Yeah, I already have a couple, maybe get it from the front, get
Yeah.
it from the side.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Ingles Markets. Look, it's football season. Basketball
Yes, it
season's
is.
approaching,
Mhm.
but right now with football going on, talk about some of the things you guys are doing locally.
Oh well, we're working with Clemson,
I
which
love
is
it.
great.
How's that been?
It's been so much fun.
Other than the results of
well,
the games.
can't win them all, but the tailgating has been incredible. It's been so much fun. So, the game will get better. I
Hopefully.
have faith.
Hopefully. Can't
I
get any
have-
worse, right?
I have faith. But yeah, the tailgating part is incredible. I have a lot of fun doing that.
I saw you at a Clemson game. You didn't see me. I was there as a fan.
Oh,
Were you Clemson LSU?
no, I was not.
What game did I see? I thought I saw you.
I was.
Was it? Okay. Maybe it was
Yeah.
that. I saw you from the distance. You were busy
Yeah,
telling
I'm
people
always
what to do.
busy.
Yep. And then with, basketball season coming up as well, we
Mhm.
were obviously last year at the SoCon Championship. And
That's gonna be a good time.
it is. It always is.
Mhm.
Regardless of sport, it doesn't seem like you guys waver from the support, right?
Oh, we do a lot. Like on the 5th, we have SoCon, or not SoCon. I'm sorry, got so many things
I know
happening.
it. I know it.
We have Comic-Con happening in
Comic-Con,
Greensville.
okay.
Yeah. So there's still time for you to get your tickets for that in the upstate. Stop into your local Ingles and pop your ticket. I
Love
think
it.
it's like $15 a
Love
ticket,
it.
which is not bad for some family fun.
So, have you had a chance to get out to my local Ingles yet? Across from where I live on Highway 9 in Boiling Springs, it's the brand new renovated Ingles.
I
Have you
have
seen it?
not been
Ruby,
there
it is
yet.
awesome. It's awesome. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
when you walk in to the right, I mean, the entire deli, I mean, I'm sure you've seen, of you
Oh,
guys not the first time, but
yeah,
oh my
it's not,
goodness.
yeah, not my first rodeo.
Not your first rodeo, but like the new menu items. I mean,
and they have the new burrito bar.
Oh, I get it all.
Oh
Trust
my
me. I know.
gosh, yeah.
The burrito bowl.
I mean, if you
are
want
kidding me?
something for lunch and something a little different than a deli sandwich
Yep.
or something, you don't want chicken.
Yeah,
Now we
pizza.
can help you.
I told
with
Melissa.
burritos.
I told Melissa that the other day. When I walked in my Ingles a couple of weeks ago at lunchtime, it truly, with that new feel, the new
Mhm.
renovations, it felt like a restaurant, and
Yeah.
I had experience. I'm sure that's an area
Now
you guys.
all we need to do is get waitresses.
Wow. Well, how about you? Could you do it?
I could do it, but I've got so
Have you
many
ever been a
other
waitress?
things. I have.
Really? Early in
Mhm.
your life, or
When I was in school,
Yeah.
I
my
did
first
do
job was a
waitressing.
restaurant.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is be friendly and have fun with the families,
What's
and
your
you
best?
get good tips.
What's your best waitress story that you can share? I have a good one for you as well, but I want to see if you have a good one.
I've got bad ones.
Can you share them on the radio? Maybe not, right?
Probably not.
So let me tell you this. Tell me
but-
if I'm a bad person for this, okay?
Hmm.
Here's one of mine. I worked at a restaurant here in Spartanburg. Not going to tell you
Okay.
which one. but my first job. And I had only been there for like 6 months, right? There was an elderly gentleman who came in just about like 2 or 3 times, almost every day, right?
Okay.
It was his usual spot. And he was up there in age, right? And he came in, and right before he was ready for the bill, he asked me about one of the things that was out front on the sign. And he said, I'd like to try a piece of that free Wi-Fi. And for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes through my head, I'm thinking, what is this guy talking about?
What's
Do you know what that?
what's a free
Do you know what a free Wi-Fi is?
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay, so he was talking about Wi-Fi.
Oh, Wi-Fi.
So guess what I did? I didn't know what to do. I finally realized, oh, he's talking about Wi-Fi, because I went to the front. So I went back there, got him a random piece of cake, pie, whatever, took it to him. He never knew. So you never, is that bad? I mean,
and I bet you got a good tip out of that.
yeah, that's my best. I wasn't a
That was
waiter
pretty
for too
clever.
long, but you
That
just
was
gotta
pretty
think.
clever.
You got. I think everybody should at least work in a restaurant at least one time in their life.
Yeah,
don't
that
you?
was a piece of cake on you.
Yeah.
You had to pay for it.
Yeah. Sure.
You're like,
Sure. Ruby, appreciate you.
Yes.
Appreciate. Where's Melissa?
She's not going to be able to make
Oh,
it today.
come
She
on.
had some things
We'll
come
give her
up,
a pass,
but
I
she
guess,
will
right?
be back next time to wire
That's
to wire.
awesome.
She'll be
That's
back.
awesome. Well,
Don't you worry.
We love your entire team, and as always, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll
for-
continue the conversation. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Nope. I was
And
just-
upset picks challenge. We've got to dive back into that. We'll do that next, right here on the Fan Upstate.
Clear.
State, 97.7 FM Greenville, 97.1 FM Spartanburg, and everywhere on the Odyssey app. Text or call.
Mike is hot.
846-3663.
Mike is hot.
844 Fan Phone. This is Wired to Wire with Cole, Bryson, and Diesel on the Fan Upstate.
Well, Tolos, we have had a jam-packed show of USC Upstate, Morgan Square Madness, Ingles, so much. And I know that a lot of you Tolos have sent in your upset picks, and I need to remind you one more time to do so. You have until 7 o'clock tonight, really like 6:52 if you want to be exact. But the upset picks challenge does roll on 844-326-3663. Yesterday we had, 61 upset picks entries sent in, and we want to see if we can match that 61 today. 844-326-3663. You're looking for a underdog this weekend to outright win the game. You send in your name, the spread, and the points at 844-326-3663. Also want to remind you Tolos out there, if you did send it in earlier before the show today, your pick does not count. It has to be during show hours from 3 to 7. So make sure you do it during show hours. Tolo J. Butane going Boise State 20.5 over Notre Dame. Big swing in there, aren't you, Tolo J. Butane? Tigerville Bo going Virginia over Louisville for 6.5 points. Let's see. Scotty Mack says, give me Maryland plus 6.5 over Washington State. Boomer Bill taking Wake Forest plus 6.5 over Virginia Tech. Tennessee Tyler taking Syracuse over SMU, 17.5 points. Canes Transplant, good to hear from you, going UAB over Army plus 6.5. Tyler from the Berg going Syracuse over SMU plus 17.5. Huge point spread there, Tyler. I like the way you're confident in that one. Hopefully it hits for you. Cocky Jake 87 goes Purdue plus 10.5 with the upset picks challenge. Shane Barrett from Tuscaloosa says he is going to roll with Michigan State versus Nebraska. Michigan State plus 11.5. Jeremy Nix going North Carolina over Clemson for 14.5. Let's see. Tolo Scott. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Tolo J. Butane says Boise 205 over 20.5 over Notre Dame. Tolo J. Butane says also, shout out to Scott from WabTech. Talked about your show today. Tolo Scott has a nice ring to it. Well, appreciate that, Tolo J. Butane. Also, Scott, appreciate you listening to the show as well. Drew Bastain gets in at 844-326-3663. He says, let me get Purdue plus 9.5 over Illinois. Twisted Whisker goes Vandy over Alabama for 10.5. Fresh Prince going Maryland plus 5.5 over Washington. Let's see, they're rolling in right now, left and right. My goodness, at 844 fan phone. Kevin Buggs, what's up, Kevin? Going Arkansas State plus 13.5 over Texas State. Tolo Panther Boy going Coastal Carolina over Old Dominion plus 20.5. Tolo Steve going Virginia plus 6.5 over Louisville. Texter talking about upstate softball. Yeah, they've always had a strong softball team, Texter, no doubt about that. Mark Ello Ducks gets in. He goes UAB plus 7.5 over Army. Keith and TR says, I was cutting it close last night. Just want to make sure I got it in. I'm taking Wake Forest plus 6.5 over Virginia Tech. JC says, give me Boise State plus 10.5 over Notre Dame. Frank Wagner going UAB plus 6.5. They're coming in faster than I can read the text on the Hub City Spartanburgers text line. Texter says, please give me Virginia plus 6.5 over the Cardinals of Louisville. Well, Texter, you did not put your name on the text. You have to put your name so we will know how to identify you in the Upset Picks Challenge brought to you by Ingles Markets. Again, you're looking for an underdog this weekend in college football to outright win the game. You send in your name, the game, and the point spread. My goodness, the text line buzzing right now. Jay Waller and Anderson says, give me Virginia plus 6.5 over Louisville. Let's see. Darth Chosen says UNC versus Clemson, 14.5. He says, I'm a Clemson fan, but UNC gets the dub. Darth Chosen, I don't know about that. But we will get that in for you on the Upset Picks Challenge. Tolos, until 7 o'clock tonight, the Upset Picks Challenge is open. Again, 844-326-3663. It's the Hub City Spartanburgers text line. We want your name, the game, and the spread. If you're new to the challenge, if you hit this week, you will be awarded that amount of points onto a season-long rolling total. All season long. If you want to see the current standings for the Upset Picks Challenge, go to our Facebook or Twitter page at The Fan Upstate. I've got it pinned to the top of the Twitter page. Jersey Joe says, today is my Friday on this thirsty Thursday. Cole's future is so bright that he needs to wear shades. Well, Jersey Joe, I'm outside, and the sun's shining pretty bright. So, yeah, I do need to wear them without a doubt. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. I am live at Fifth Third Park. Here it is, the 4th annual. And I'm telling you, man, you don't want to miss this tonight. If you are going to bring your family, the 4th annual Morgan Square Madness, going to be a lot of fun. We're getting closer and closer. We'll continue the USC Upstate conversation next, right here on the Fan Upstate. Has it fluctuated?
Yes, it definitely has. I had an opportunity to go to coach men for a good period of time, and with under Stephen Miss as the head coach and at Belmont Abbey, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
it was a great experience and a great time. But I just think the women's game is where it's at for me in general, just because it is more relationship based, and like it's earned me the opportunity to be able to have a head coaching position and job. You know what I mean? And I love the women's game. It's really pure. It's really fundamental. You know what I mean? If you can pass it, shoot it, and have good IQ, you can win a lot of games.
I've always thought that as well. I used to do some games on ESPN Plus at USC Upstate years ago for both men's and women's, and you and I watch men's and women's, and when you're up close and personal with it, I always felt like it was the speed of the game that allowed it to be more pure to your point that you just made, just in terms of it is a little bit slower of a game. And I think when it's slower, you're able to still keep some of those fundamentals as part of the game. Is that right?
1,000%. And if you can master the fundamentals, you can be really, really successful.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of been my mode. Like, I need high IQ kids that can shoot it and score it really, really well. And if I can find those, then we can be fairly successful.
How has women's basketball changed in the past few years, just in terms of the talent and some of these athletes now being able to do things that I'm sure 20 years ago you probably never saw in a basketball court, right?
Definitely not. But you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how the game has changed athletically, but it's realistically, it's just notoriety.
Sure.
People notice it now more than they have before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, they're getting more Instagram likes and ESPN coverage. And so like the game has changed a little bit in terms of like their athleticism, et cetera. But yet, like, it's really interesting, just the more spotlight that we get on the women's game, which is I'm very, very grateful for.
Joined by Jason Williams. He's the head women's coach at USC Upstate. We're live at Fifth Third Park tonight until 7 o'clock. The event going on past that, but I'm live until 7. Being a women's coach, how much have you followed, enjoyed, and taken things from Dawn Staley and what she's done?
Man, like, she's a great man. Like, there's no doubt about that. The woman,
one of the best ever. No
period. You know what I mean? And it's been interesting to just watch her kind of just mold that program into what it is. And like, it was instantaneous. You know what I mean? But like, her reputation like precedes her. You know what I mean? She walks into a room and she has the presence and aura because she's done great things for the game before she was a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's really interesting as she's been able to transition to coaching and doing a really good job.
No doubt about it. And you know what? I think she's an inspiration for a lot of people as well. Tonight, this event, Coach, your players and a lot of other athletes from USC Upstate making their way tonight, some of them walking in right now. How cool is it, man? I mean, community aspect, that's I'm sure something that you want to continue to be involved in. But for you guys to be able to be involved in something like this tonight, what's that mean?
Oh, amazing, man. To be able to put, because like for me, like, I think I have an amazing bunch of young ladies that do a great job, and to be able to put them in the forefront of this community and to be able to show them off in the way that Coach, that Matt Martin wants to be able to do is going to be tremendous, man. This event has really blown up into something really kind of just eye-opening for the Spartanburg community to be able to come out and show face.
One more for you. At this level with USC Upstate, even in your time at Belmont Abbey, the trickle-down effect of the portal and NIL, how have you seen that trickle down?
Man, that's been just a juggling act, brother, man. Like the job that I took over is not the job that it is currently. You know what I mean? And like, it's changed in a lot of different aspects and areas of transfer portal NIL now to be able to be like, okay, how can you be competitive in the game and all that good stuff? And so I'm really interested to see, like, hopefully there'll be a year or two of like it staying the same so you can master something. You know what I mean?
Or a day or two, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so, like, just some sustainability. So at the end of the day, you can know that the sky's going to be blue 2 days in a row.
So I guess if somebody's out there listening and they're curious about portal and NIL even affecting somebody like USC Upstate, you would say yes.
Yeah, 1,000%. You know what I mean? Like, in the ability for our kids to be able to transfer in, and for us to be able to go into influx of talent, and also like the ability that, like it is almost kind of professional sports in a way of like, like we are having the ability to be able to help our kids out above and beyond just the scholarship opportunity. And I'm all for the student athletes being able to go and earn some finances to be able to set themselves up for later on down the road. And I'm really cool. I'm helpful. I'm really thankful that we have the ability to be able to do that.
All right. Last thing, I promise this is last. You've got somebody here with you today. Do you think we can get him on the headset? Do you think he'll make his radio debut?
I think so. I think Julian Barack Williams wants to make his radio debut.
Julian, right?
Yep.
Julian.
Just put them on. It's just like headphones, real quick. Bro.
It's just like you're playing the video game.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Julian, are we playing video games at home yet, or are you still too young for that?
Video games.
What kind?
Fortnite.
Should have known, right?
Yep, Fortnite all day, every day, man. He loves it, man.
And how old is Julian?
4.5.
4.5. God, you're precise with it too, man.
Yes, you
Smart
are.
guy. All right, Julian, what's your favorite sport?
Think carefully.
Oh yeah, you're.
Think carefully. You want to ride home?
Coach, he's having the. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Soccer. So
he's smart. His mother's is
Was she a
a
soccer?
great soccer player,
No
Pfeiffer
way.
University, and so yeah,
Okay.
soccer's the game.
So maybe a little soccer. Can you pull off soccer and basketball? Is that possible? No.
No.
That was a quick no too.
Yeah, no.
He knows
man.
what he likes. He likes the soccer. All right. What's your soccer team? Do you already play, Julian? You already have a team? You on a team?
Who's your favorite guy? Messi or
Messi?
Ronaldo?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You stumped him.
I know. Okay.
That's crazy. Let me ask you a serious question. 4.5. He's already into pro soccer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got Messi, Ronaldo,
No way.
Mbappe. He's got all the jerseys already, ready
You're
to rock
kidding,
and roll.
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's in it.
That's awesome, man. Coach, well, best of luck this season. We appreciate your time, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's Jason Williams, the head women's basketball coach at USC Upstate. And even Julian making his way in radio debut at 4.5 years old. Fantastic stuff. We'll continue the conversation, Tolos. Also, get your upset picks in. And, Coach, I'll take that from you. And appreciate you. And we'll also have Marty Richter joining us here in a few minutes as well, Tolos. Want to remind you, continue to get your upset picks in. 844-326-3663. If you just tuned into the show, I am live. As you may hear, I am not in the Ingalls Market Studios. Morgan Square Madness, 4th annual event happening in Spartanburg tonight at Fifth Third Park. If you are around the area, would love to see you tonight. And a big thanks to USC Upstate Coach Jason Williams for joining me on the show. Really good stuff there. You can also watch the show live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And, man, it's already starting to buzz here in Spartanburg. We've got the USC Upstate tents, Spartan Burgers, apparel and merch happening right now, the National Guard, Ingalls. So much to do here at Fifth Third Park. If you just tuned in, maybe you just got off work on this Thursday and you're not quite sure what it is that we're talking about, I'm live at Fifth Third Park. Last year and years prior, Morgan Square Madness was downtown at Morgan Square. But this year, a new twist as the Fifth Third Park, man. Like, how do you not want to have an event here? This is an awesome venue. And a lot of you Tolos out there, I realize you're busy. You might not have had an opportunity to catch a baseball game. Well, if you want to see something wild, intriguing, and interesting, how about tonight? I am looking at a basketball court on the baseball field. Yeah, it doesn't get much more wacky than that. That's right. Basketball court on the baseball field. A free event tonight here in Spartanburg. Also, want to note that the parking garage here at Fifth Third Park is also open tonight and free of charge. You can't beat free. They will also have concessions, food and beverages available, but so much happening on the rundown. We've got a giveaway table already up and rolling. The South Carolina National Guard Fan Zone. You can win tickets. The USC Upstate Gospel Choir will be outside the gate. And look, the pre-event welcome. This is not just something that's thrown together. This is a big deal tonight. Celebrity knockout contest, cheer team introduction, so much more as we continue the conversation on the Fan Upstate and are joined by the head men's basketball coach here at USC Upstate, Coach Marty Richter. Coach, we had you on last year. Good to hear from you again. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. Appreciate
sorry.
You're good. You're good. It's part of it. You got to have a little cough button sometimes for radio. It's tough when you talk for 4 hours a day. You don't.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Well, I don't know how you coach basketball, so there's that as well.
That's a fair deal right there.
I would say it's much easier to do what I do, by the way.
Oh man, I don't know. I love to do what you do some days.
Some days.
The only day I asked this the other day. I had a interview on the radio, and I said, "Man, what do you do on Tuesdays?" Because Tuesday's the day, like when you think about it, we're in the sports season right now.
Yeah.
Tuesday's the day that you're like, what are we going to talk about? Yeah, we get to talk about the Monday Night Football game, but not everybody watched that. Like, where do we go here?
It is crazy that you bring that up because you're dead on. So I'll tell you this, in terms of interaction, Mondays, of course, bam, like
Oh,
we have
man.
text, messages, calls, and then you're right. Tuesday, it
What do you
dips.
do? What do
It
you know?
dies.
You know what I mean? Like even even during basketball season,
Yeah.
everybody talks about Saturday and Sunday. And you get Monday lead up.
Yeah.
Tuesday, you got big Monday and you got good games.
right.
But like, what do you talk about?
Yep.
Like,
And then Wednesday, you're building back up for the weekend.
For the
Thursday,
weekend, yes.
Friday, you're ready to rock and roll, right?
yeah,
Rock and
like,
rocket ships.
what do you
So
do? Like, what do you guys do?
4
for-
hours a day. Listen, you have to. I think the one thing that's mainstay, you have to be able to somehow, some way generate interaction. The one thing that I always tell people, my favorite part of this show is our audience. They text in, they
Do
call
they
in.
really?
Oh man, we've got an upset picks challenge where they are just killing it. We do so many things that involve them.
Yeah.
They kind of are our show in a lot of ways. We could sit here and monologue for 4 hours,
You
but
could go back and forth, but
Yeah.
it's always good. You know, the one thing I'm a sports talk radio guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's on in my car all the time.
So let me since you're a sports talk guy, let me bring you in a little behind the scenes. You will hear me, and you might have already done it in this segment. We'll say Tolo a lot.
yes, you
Okay.
do. Yes.
So turn on, leave on. That's what Tolo stands for. So that's what we ask our listeners
That's
to
a-
turn it on, leave it on.
Leave it on. That's
if you
a real.
do, guess what? You're a Tolo.
You're Tolo.
So look,
I do. You know what I mean? Now that you say that, I never thought of that.
So-
That's a really good line.
the best part is about that. On the text line, you'll see people send in their text from Anderson, Greenville, Spartanburg, and say Tolo John. I was getting my tire changed the other day,
yeah.
and I was paying for the tire, and the guy in the back said Tolo. They just yelled it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It kind of has become a war cry in a way. So it's a lot of fun, and man, it's a lot of fun being here tonight as we're joined by Marty Richter, the head coach, the men's basketball coach at USC Upstate. Coach, we had you on last year, man, and this event last year was awesome. Downtown Morgan Square.
Yep.
This year, a brand new setting. Talk about it.
Oh, unbelievable setting. You know, last year was my first time doing it.
Yeah.
And I thought the setup for that was awesome.
It was.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. You're coming I'm coming to a new area.
Sure.
A new spot where basketball has not been ultra successful.
Sure.
And we did that event, and I was like, oh my gosh, that event's unreal.
So many people, right?
So many people. Then I find out that we're moving it, and I was sad because I'm like,
I know.
I thought it was unbelievable.
Right.
Then I found out it's going to be in the ballpark here today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's a great deal. It's different.
Sure.
I'm hoping that we have the same, not crowd, but same feel.
Yeah.
Like last year, you felt like
Everybody
you're
was right there on top
right
of each
there
other.
on top of you.
Right.
And I like that feel.
Yeah.
And it felt like a game night. It felt like, the fans.
It's a
were
basketball feel.
Yes, everybody was right on top of you, and it was a great setting, great evening. You know what I mean? They started the evening off great, and then they finished the evening off
Sure.
great. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
just one of those fun nights.
It
So
absolutely was.
I'm excited about tonight to see. I still have not looked in to see what it looks like.
Oh, you hadn't seen the court. You're the basketball coach. You hadn't seen the
I
court
haven't
yet.
seen the court yet.
I apologize.
But that's all right. No, I'm all right because I just got here and I got 4 little ones, so
Yeah.
I had to make sure.
Are they like scattered right now?
No, they're running around over here
Okay.
on the deck. They're
There
looking
you
down
go.
at the park. They love coming to these
Sure.
different things like
Sure.
this.
Well, Coach, talk about what it was like last year. You talked about the newness a little bit, but transitioning first year, sometimes it feels like you're drinking out of a fire hose, I'm sure. But what do you think the biggest thing you learned was as the head coach?
The biggest thing I learned is what I thought the league is half of the league.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so like when I studied the league, when I got the job, I studied High Point and I studied Winthrop and I
Sure.
studied Asheville because they have been the most successful teams
Right.
in our league. So I studied them, and they played one big and a bunch of guards or big wings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we get into conference play, and I'm playing Radford, and they're starting a 6'9", 240 kid and another 6'9", 240 kid. They're playing 2-5 men at the 5 and the 4. And then
Sure.
we play Gardner Webb, they're playing 2-5s. We play Charleston Southern, they're playing 2-5s. And we play, who am I forgetting? No, Presbyterian. They're playing 2-5s, and they're playing a 4 at the 3. They're playing old school basketball. And it kind of caught me off guard a little bit because we had injuries. We had different stuff
Yeah.
during the year, so we lost some guys. And it was one of those deals where it's like, I didn't like expect that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
So you're like, oh shoot, for this game we got to play this way, which is totally fine. And we couldn't get anybody to adjust to us because we weren't good enough.
Right.
So now I'm hoping I went out and got some positional size up front. My guards are better. My wings are. I love my wing. Like I like what we have in our organization right now because they're coachable.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Like they take coaching. I mean, we've been going at this is our 14th week together, and they take coaching, and they want to get good. You know, like you sometimes can coach kids and they don't want to get good,
Sure, yeah.
or they have all the answers and it's like, oh, this is no fun.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. By the way, we're joined by Marty Richter, the head basketball coach at USC Upstate. Let me ask you a question, just a basketball question, because I'm glad you brought that up about the conference. When you are going in the portal and getting guys, obviously you look at both sides of the game, offense and defense, but
Yes.
I'm sure that a big part of it is what they can do offensively. So how do you balance what they can do offensively with what you just talked about, them also having to be a little bit flexible when it comes to how they can guard, so you can guard those different styles?
You know what? The big thing for me was this. I didn't think my team played the speed that I wanted, but they didn't play on the defense end like I like.
Sure.
Like we didn't guard with a hoot last year.
Yeah.
And when I was going out and finding new guys, that's the one thing I was making sure that guys could guard their position. And you are what you can guard.
Sure.
Like someone will say, yeah, I'm a point guard, but you can't guard the point guard.
Yeah.
You're not a point guard. You're a two guard. And if you can't guard the two, you're now a small forward.
Sure.
And some will say, yeah, I'm a power forward or I'm a four man. You know, the new age four, that's a skilled four, that's a perimeter guy. Well, I can't move on the perimeter and guard and switch. So no, really, you're a five. So I went and figured that out. And the guys I brought in, there's a kid I brought in, Lyric Davis. He's as good of a defender I've ever coached.
Really?
He's 6'6" and can move. He can slide his feet on 5'10" guys, and he can go all the way up and guard our 6'9" and 7 foot young man.
Yeah.
So he can like guard every position. So like he brings a dynamic that is different than what I had last year. He can run like a deer. He's terrific. Then I have a kid named Mason Benninger, 6'3", 210. Should be playing tight end. Oh,
that
man.
big of a guy.
Well, his hands, when
Yeah.
he shakes your hands, he swallows your hands up.
Wow.
So his dad was a Division I football player at Utah as a receiver.
Wow.
So he's just got that girth to him like a football player.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when he hits you, oh, it hurts.
That's good to have, I'm sure.
Oh, it's great to have.
Really, really big.
Oh, yeah. And then I got other guys, but those two guys, they're older. They're like you're talking about, one's a portal kid and one's
Right.
a junior college kid. And I made a conscious effort of going out and finding guys that could play multiple positions, but also defend multiple positions.
So how do you, and by the way, we're joined by Marty Richter, the head basketball coach. Coach, love talking to you, by the way. How do you, as a coach, now that you've gotten your feet wet at Upstate, differentiate between your needs being from the portal as well as focusing on local homegrown talent?
You know what? What you have to do is you have to figure out in this. Right now, we took one young man from Lywith down in Columbia, suburb of Columbia.
Sure.
And he's in our organization. I like him. Can he come in and develop behind the guys that we brought in that got a little bit more season to him? And maybe he come in and beat him out, but you don't have to rely on him.
Sure.
And that's the key. Like this group, I had to go out and get some guys that needed to be instant players. And then I had to get a couple that needed to be in the role of like, oh, I need to be kind of not a backup, but I need to learn and grow, and maybe I'm better than the guy by January.
Yeah.
And there's such a fine line. I think you have to do both. In college basketball right now, everybody's just doing one. Everybody is. And you can't fault. I saw something that Rick Pitino put out the other day. He's like, can't win with 5-star high school
100%.
kids. I'm like, yes, you can.
So to that,
I would take them.
So to that point, because we've talked about this on this show before, to that point, how will this new era hurt high school athletes who aren't being looked at just because you've got guys who are better than them from the portal?
Well, you know what? You as a high school, if you're a high school coach listening, you have to figure out who's actually recruiting your kid and would take your kid today.
Sure.
and who won, and then how can you help that person get to the right place if they have to go a post-grad year, if they have to do a year of junior college, so they can get a Division I opportunity. Because there's only 4,500 of them, roughly. There may be a few more.
Sure.
You know, everybody's roster. Well, I should say this. Everybody has a roster of 15 now. Not everybody takes 15. So we, as coaches, you figure out what you need. But a lot of people aren't taking high school kids. And then you throw in all these junior college kids got a 5th year this year. So that number decreased with high school kids. And they're talking about going to that 5th year. And if they go to that 5th year, that high school recruiting is going to be less and less because you have less and less openings each year.
Last question for you because I know you got to run.
No. I got all day.
Well, don't tell me that because I love talking to you.
I love talking hoops.
Let me ask you this. USC Upstate basketball, do you have to by the way, we're joined by Marty Richter, the head men's basketball coach. Do you have to adapt do you have to change the identity of your team year over year just because of all the new acquisitions?
You do. And that's my background being a junior college coach. That helps me. Like I have to be willing to change, not your whole system. Like some people,
right?
You don't need to change your whole system. You need to change bits and pieces each year to figure out what fits your team. Because after you get done with the summer, after I got done with the summer, I had to figure out, am I doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm going to pick up full court man-to-man. I'm going to pressure the ball. I'm going to get after the ball. I'm going to then in the half court, we're going to tweak a little bit what we're doing offensively. And is that right for this group? And I think it is. Now, it may be next year, I'm like, I cannot do that with this group when I start going in the summer. And I see that, and I got to make an adjustment. The junior college ranks help me in that because at junior college, you have a whole new team every year.
Yeah.
You have, at the most, you have 6 returners.
Right.
So you got to figure out, all right, what's best for us in this this year. So then go to the next year.
With that being said, obviously you still have a few weeks, but basketball season's just about here. What do you think this year's team will look like? What that identity we just talked about, what do you think this year's identity will be?
Our identity is that we are going to be a defense to offensive team.
Okay.
We can really, I actually think we can really guard in the half court, and we're going to get up and pick up full court at times, and we can wear people down. But once we get that rebound, oh, man, we're fast.
Sure.
We want to run. Like, I want to get down and run. I don't want to play set after set.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Half-court game?
Yeah. But I think our advantage is because I got 2 guards right now. They're both point guards, and they're going to both play a lot of minutes, and they're going to play together 30 minutes a night. They are so good at just coming off all screens and playing off of each other and getting other guys shots.
Sure.
And that's the beauty of it. Our identity, I think, is us going from defense to offense. I think our defense is there where I want it to be.
Coach, always appreciate you, man.
Thank you
Love
so much,
talking
man.
to you, and let's do it again soon.
Yeah, anytime. You know what? I may just have to call in to get on the.
No. You will not have to. We'll call you. I promise
I'll get on
you.
anytime you
we'll
want me to get
call
on.
you. Well,
I'm serious.
I appreciate that. Thanks,
Okay.
Coach. Talk
Thank
to you
you
soon. Marty Richter, head men's basketball coach here at USC Upstate. Take a break. Continue the conversation on the other side. Still calling for your upset picks and much more right here on the Fan Upstate.
Clear.